So here we have breaking news. Once again, when is it not breaking news? But we dealing with DJ Envy, his business partner, DJ Envy, claiming he knew nothing about this alleged scam that Cesar Piña had going on with flipping houses. So much so, this man, Cesar Piña, is promoting to flip a house in New Jersey, Patterson, that has been abandoned, but has multiple people spending, giving, putting up thousands of dollars. And the fact that DJ Envy is claiming he knew nothing about, of sorts, of what was going on, who knows, all things alleged, just my opinion. Maybe Sia was just that good, that he knew so much, so knowledgeable, that DJ Envy was sucked into this to make however many possible millions out of this. But yes, anytime you do an investment of such and a high dollar amount, I don't know how much DJ Envy invested, but you are expecting some form of a high dollar return. So I don't know. After a while, Cesar Piña got tired of flipping houses and wanted to flip himself right to the pen, or flip himself right for the federal penitentiary, the feds, to get involved. I don't know what the man might have been thinking in his mind. But I think really though, sometimes just the thought of greed and having more money. No, you're not always thinking about the outcome of, the what ifs, because it's like sometimes the money is coming in so fast, and before you know it, you are sucked into something that is now on the up and up. But what gets me is it's always going to be a face of the fall. There's always going to be a fall guy. But at the same time, who else was involved? That's always my question. But it's not for me to investigate. If the feds have the story and, it's saying it's breaking news right now, that is what is being reported, breaking news, that he has been picked up. But see, what I just don't like is when these scams become a part of something that perhaps could have been a good thing. But evil some kind of way gets involved as well, and before you know it, the money is just trickling in. I can recall going to a particular church at one time, and it was this big time investment going on. People were trusting this pastor. They were looking at him to be a man of God, and he wouldn't do anything like this to bring in these investors for the church congregation to have a nice turnaround. Now, I would say the median income at that church that I'm referring to at that time and those years was probably about $28,000 at that time. And I remember being like young, but I was aware to a certain extent in my mind, like, something just doesn't seem right. But so much about prosperity, getting money. This is the year, money coming. This is yours. Claim it. It's like when, again, people enter the mind can have you believing all types of stuff. And even the ones involved in this case about this possible scam artist or, that Piña has going on, these look like businessmen that may have taken the time out for themselves to investigate the situation or have their team to investigate the situation. I feel like, too, we live in an era of social media. We live in the era of the internet, Google, where certain things are mentioned. But again, you got radio ads. You know how many people, the listeners that DJ Envy has, The Breakfast Club, and they are believing who they see. If this person is being promoted by, let's say, Earn Your Leisure. I like Earn Your Leisure. Sometimes I do believe people can slip through the radar, and before you know it, they are on somebody's platform promoting a good thing to help change lives. Because for a minute, all we were here for the longest, we talking about that generational wealth. This is something that we want for our culture. Why can't it never be? Well, okay, because some kind of way, like I said, when the wrong gets involved, and before you know it, your mind is being taken over because it's sounding so good, and nobody has taken the time out to stop, yield. Nope, green light, go, 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 till they just can't go no more than the whole situation blows up. All money ain't good money. Let's continue to do our research about can understand. Sometimes you just get caught up before you know it. But this is an eye opener, and depending on how we want to apply it, let's apply it. All things alleged, just my opinion. I had seen, like I said, the news stories, being on. Not only did it go from this story about this scam of this property that did not exist. Not only, Tony the Closer, he's one guy that did start to expose a lot of what was going on. Then, next thing you know, mainstream media started to pick it up. And when that happened, that's like the floodgates, because now you have journalists who are on mainstream media, not on YouTube. They're getting their research done by going to YouTube and seeing what the YouTubers are talking about from their own investigations. Then they're applying their own investigations behind that, and they're starting to, interview the people. So I'm like, okay, because I've seen it. I have tuned in just to see what was going on. It's not an investment that I wanted to be a part of, because sure, I didn't have it like that to be investing that amount. But I did go to Piña's website, and I'm seeing, all these tours, these amazing tours that him and DJ Envy was going on. And I can only imagine the hype, the energy in that room to be a part of something great. Then I see that this man has a book. So I'm trying to, I did this just now. So I'm clicking, because I'm trying to, do some research. So I'm clicking on, after I go to the website, I'm clicking on, this red dial button here. And I'm like, okay, well, let me see what's going on. Well, guess what? The link no longer exists. And I think sometimes that will happen, things will shut down because an individual may know that things are about to get really sticky and close in, and less is best. But, of course, there are ways to still scrub the internet, although something has been taken down because, like it's commonly said, whatever you put up on the internet, even though you may take it down, it still exists, and it can be held against you if you are doing something that you are not supposed to be doing. But we live in a time where good is bad and bad is evil, unfortunately. But, again, we just have to do our research the best that we can, to ask questions. And then if we can't even do our research and we just can't know anything about something, sometimes it's just best to stay away. But, everybody has to make their own decisions by themselves for the most part. I'm hoping, those who are tuning in, everybody's grown. Hopefully everybody's in their right mind. But again, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But, every now and again, these things will come up where people is pushing their own agenda to feed their own pockets. I have seen this stuff time and time again, just growing up through the years, moving to different cities, states. It's like every place has their way of doing things, but some kind of way it always boils down to be some of the same identical stuff. And sometimes it's just like, it's just no way out. You just get caught up, all because you think you can get away with it. And maybe you can for that moment. But it just seems like, again, I said it before, and this is going to be an ongoing thing. Things are going to continue to be unmasked. Things are going to continue to be revealed of who's who that people are dealing with. Be aware of people, that are approaching, and the type of company that people do keep to try to, run that game. Like, I'm starting this business to be a really good thing. For you to invest in, this is the turnaround that I'm looking at. This is how my books is looking so far. It just sounding all imaginable. Anything is possible. What's his name? Piña. You just never know. You just never know.